Not so happy. Let's see here. Bobcat recovery, and I thought my bobcat had got away, but lo and behold, he is hiding in that log. Thinks he's being tricky. I can see his back right there. Let's see what happens. Not so happy. I wouldn't be neither, buddy. See if we can get luck. Don't come out. That's a mean one. Meaner than average. Let's see here. There it is, man. That's bigger than I thought. I got it on my camera right here. That's how I know I had one. I'm way out here. Just a mile back in the woods and probably about a 20-minute drive from home, but the old cameras let you trap from a long distance and for a long time. Sucker's eel. Let me turn my camera off. So it ain't sitting here taking picture after picture. I tell you, if you're not using cameras and you're trapping, you're missing out. Cell cameras, that is. You can learn so much. Like, what are you doing wrong? You know, is anything looking at your sets? Is stuff? Are they afraid of your sets? But yeah, let's get this log off here if I can keep from getting eat up. Heck yeah. Let's see here. Ah, tore up my log. They're a lot bigger than I thought. Must be a tom. I don't know. I say that females sometimes meaner than the males. I've had a lot of females very aggressive like that. Boy, my cousin's gonna be glad to get that one. It's pretty hide. I'm definitely glad to get it. I'm glad we have them. I just realized I didn't have my microphone on. I'm sorry about that. But as I say, I'm like, that's aggressive. I don't hate these things, not whatsoever. I I'm glad that I think they're neat that we have them, but I'm glad to get especially big ones like this. This is trying to give the turkeys and the deer fawns out here a helping hand, and because there's not that many deer, I don't see many turkey poults, and you know, the research says this is the #1 predator of a hen turkey sitting on her nest at night, is these bobcats with coyotes next. And you know, start getting a good amount of turkeys, start seeing poults, start seeing fawns, let up on the bobcats. But I know this size of a bobcat, I found a deer kill last year for one this size. A big female had killed a deer, killed a 5-point. Not to say they're not allowed to kill deer just like us, but I hardly ever see any fawns out here. So I want to put a cap in this thing before I see it run away with my trap. Alright, got that done. It's never my favorite part, but it's a necessary part. It's part of it. That's a big cat, female. My cousin's gonna be so happy to get them. I got 3 in the last 24 hours. 2 big ones, 2 big females, and a little female. All right. Essentially, I'll show y'all all I did. First off, I took as my lure, I guess you would say, flagging, bobcat flagging. I took one of these wires that you can see here. These are one of these that holds insulation under the joist of a floor. You can get a pack of about 100 of them for hardly nothing, and I sharpen the end of it, one end of it, and you can take a pair of vice grips, clamp on those vice grips. Clamp on the wire real tight, and then hammer the vice grips, and you can put that in a tree like that. And see, this allows me to getting this hollow log. That allows me to put something against a tree like this, kind of pick my spot. And so I take that, and I got this little piece of copper wire instead of string, and a nice ball bearing swivel, so it will spin. I've seen it's like dead calm right now, so it's not going to spin, but it blows just a little bit. And I got this on video. This thing, it's just a chicken wing. One of my dad's hens died, and I got the feathers off of it to use as lures and every piece I could. Not to mention, I think I used a chicken and caught a bobcat with it last year. Put the carcass in a cubby set. But you can see that right there. It's just very unprone, because I've had them before. They flop around in a high wind. I come back and they're all tangled up. So all I done was just found this hollow log and took the chainsaw and kind of whittled it out the way I wanted it and set it up here where I wanted to be able to catch a bobcat, but didn't really have nothing to lure them in. But let's see if I can build this back and see he's ate my squirrel. What I do, I'll get, anytime I see a roadkill squirrel, I'll get it and keep it. See if this is how it went back together. Just stick it in the freezer. No, that's not how. Yeah, that's how it went. Stick it in the freezer and use it for this. That'll hold up for a little bit. I'll have to get me another hollow log eventually. But I just know that, you know, those bobcats, they come in here, they just about have to look back in that log to see what is in that thing. And what that allows me to do too, and see then, take it back. What I'll do then is take a squirrel or whatever. Most of the time it's a squirrel, and I'll tie it to that. I got a staple in that tree that I'll tie some paracord to it, and then I'll tie that squirrel to that to where he can't pull it out of that log. And doing that causes them to put a lot of pressure. You know, they grab that squirrel and they're pulling on it. They're putting a lot of pressure. It's putting their feet pushing down right where my trap is. So, and they can't just run their foot back in there, hook the squirrel and run off. They have to grab a hold of it. It's about to get dark on me here, but what I'm gonna do is just he did leave a squirrel tail, so I'm gonna put the squirrel tail back, tie it in there, so hopefully the next one will just come by and at least peek back in there. But I gotta find out where my hole is for my trap. But also, what I was saying, I got this bobcat several times coming by here, and it would rub on this. It would rub on this log right here down the side of it, just like a cat does on your legs. It rubs on everything. There's my hole for my trap left over. And so what I did, I put the squirrel back in the hole. I put some bobcat pee on the inside of it, and then I put some rub lure on this, and I put my block into where it was also like a rub set. So I kind of discouraged him from coming in this way. So if he rubbed on it, my trap was in the right position for him to get caught using it, even if he didn't never look back in the hole. And but it was also in a good position for him coming in to get the squirrel out. And all I'm using is it's a Duke 550, the Pro series, I think is what they're called. But something I like to do with these, I don't like burying my chain underneath my traps. So what I'll do, I'll put my anchor way out here and do it like it was on a, kind of like how they do with a drag. I'll dig a trench and my chain just about to get. Maybe this will help, but I'll do this, put my, as I was saying, I dig my chain or my trench for my chain and put my anchor way out here. I do that on about all my sets, and then that way I don't have that chain underneath underneath my trap. It just makes it a lot easier to bed the thing solid. So I'm gonna get to resetting this thing. Something else I did forget about to say, I still gotta put my bobcat pee and rubbler, and I'll put some cat collector in there too for some scent, since I don't have a squirrel laying in there rotting. But the good thing about these hollow logs like this, I put the pee, I put the rubbler, my bait, all that is protected from the elements. So it's going, having this hollow log makes all that stuff last longer. So I don't have to worry about rains washing my scents away and having to reapply all that stuff. So put me some bobcat pee on this. I got a trap out in this road right by that twig. I had a small bobcat last night. I'm just gonna put it all around. See if that gets it. I got a trap right here and one up here in the corner. It's like a dirt hole set. And I had a Harley coyote come by since I put them out, but I have caught a bobcat here the other day on this very one right after I put that piece of grass was not there. I broke that off and stopped a hole in the ground and put that in there to bring them in to come by and check and want to pee on it, just sniff on it. Anything that stands out like that gets their attention, but it seemed to work pretty good. Caught one anyway. Got another one to get.